So January 2nd, we mapped out, just take a look at the cycle payouts and come up with a goal, and just, for your year, just come up with a major goal that you want to achieve. Something that seems attainable, that would be worthwhile for you. So for me, I want to be on a path to $250,000 a year, because I know that will compound and eventually multiply. So I'm mapping my way to millionaire. But for you, maybe it'll be like where I was a couple years ago. I just wanted to get my products paid for. I shared it with a handful of people, who then shared it with a handful of people. Over a number of years, I enrolled a total of about 20-ish people, and I never had to pay for my product. Like, why would I ever stop? I got about, on average, once I started sharing it, about $750 a month. And making that money not only paid for my order and my husband's order, but it gave us extra spending money that we put towards bills or groceries or whatnot. So it was really cool today because, step one, I said, come up with a goal. What do you want to do? What do you want to make? What do you need? That's going to be the first step. But the next step is, now how can you put that goal into something that means action? And because goals are just goals, everyone might say, hey, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to make tons of money, or I want to do this, I want to do that, or I wish I could. You got to stop just thinking about just goals and just targets. The next step, which is the most important step, is what are you doing? What actions and choices can you actually control today to put you on that path? And that's why Map to Millionaire is so important, because it is a lot of strategy. It is a lot of planning. It isn't always easy, but we try to make it fun. And we surround ourselves by people who are just like us. What was so cool for me today is that I had no idea that there were other business builders out there, that I had enrolled just as product users that were just like me, that, had an amazing product experience, potentially think about sharing it with their friends, family, neighbors, whatnot. And had I not put it out there, I made a decision and I said, you know what, I'm going to go outside my comfort zone, and I'm just going to shoot everybody an email that I still see as using the Isagenix products and say, hey, there's an amazing business side. I'm about to rock this business. You guys want to come along or at least learn more? Join me for a meeting, or just come and learn more, or have a discussion with me. So that was my next step. I really did. I had to step outside. I was not comfortable with even emailing some of our people because I wasn't sure, but I said, let me get rid of all assumptions and just say, maybe people will be interested. I have no idea what's going on in the rest of their lives. Maybe they'll be interested. I sat at a table with 6 other entrepreneurs this morning who, it was just fascinating, who had no intention originally in getting into the business side of Isagenix, just like me. And here we are. And the first thing we did, the first step, like I said, is setting a goal. We went around the table and we shared our stories, and we shared, what would your goal be? Someone wants to pay for their Isagenix products, their groceries, and their food for their dog. Someone wants to pay their gym memberships and their Isagenix products. Someone wants to, leave their current position because they want to start a family and they want to have a more flexible, entrepreneurial gig where they can really take off with this. Another person wants to, loves wellness and health. Actually, 2 people that said, let's kick this thing. Let's do it. I want to make at least $20,000 a year on this. So now it's, well, how do you get there? You've now set your goal. How do you get there? So we downloaded the 90-day game plan from Isagenix. It's always being updated. And I add my own spin and twist to it. So, we'll map that out along this course as well. But we went through the 90-day game plan, and everybody's is different. There's no wrong answer. So, the next lesson was there's no wrong answer. That you can make this whatever you want it to be. $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $500,000 a year, whatever it is, it's totally you and what your dreams are and what value that would have and an impact it would have on your life. So once you outline that, the next step is, what are 2 to 3 things you can do today to put yourself on that course? Because if you don't control now your actions and choices, you're never going to hit your goal. But if you do start to really think about the things that you can control, the decisions and choices that you make every single day to get you there, you can start to really map out whatever your goal is. And it'll start to make sense because you're actually coming up with a strategy. And it can be very little at first. If you just want to make a couple $100s a month, you only need to share and sign up like a handful of people a month, and you're on a really good path. I mean, the top producers have, signed up like 1.5 people on average a week, and they're the top producers. So if you just want to do this on the side, like a handful of people a month is a great goal to get on track with this. So start thinking about who can lose a little bit of weight, in your life that you hear about and people complaining. Who complains about, lack of energy? Who complains about like aging process or athlete nutrition and finding ways? Who can you just like offer a solution to by not being a sales hunter, but by listening and offering solutions and saying, I'm part of this amazing community. I do Isagenix. Share your story, how it worked for you, and I really think you should give it a try. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's other things that you can do to put your plans into action. Setting up a little space in your home or wherever you live, a little corner in the room that's going to be like your Isagenix corner, housing all your stuff and information. Mapping out, do you have 2 hours here and there that you can carve out of your busy schedule to commit to this and learn a little bit more? Whatever your goals are, start putting like 3 items in place today, 3 choices that will be action oriented to help you reach your goal. Share with me what they are. What did you do today? The 6 people that I met with this morning, just by showing up and carving out 3 hours of a busy Saturday to be with me instead of doing whatever else that we would all be doing, that was a huge step in the right direction, because whatever little nuggets they took out of today's 90-day game plan process, they will take with them now and start going into their own action. So everyone's is different, but just start thinking, what are you doing now? Share them with me. Let me know what you're doing today. If you're not sure, ask me a question. We'll make this as interactive as possible.